Creativity. Hello, Alan. Nice to meet with you again. This is your energy group, your higher self, your team. We are one of you, you are one of us, having an earth experience at this time. And we very much appreciate your efforts in this because we are all learning through this process. So today's topic is creativity. Creativity is a fundamental basis for creation. Source, God, created the universe. That was the ultimate creativity, using the power of everything, the power of complete, absolute silence, the void. From that came the power to be everything, to be not only everything, but everything beyond everything in existence. The ultimate creativity came from the ultimate silence, the ultimate emptiness, the ultimate void. From that, creativity emerged. Creativity can be thought of as the energy of love. The energy of love is the energy that is behind everything in manifest existence. It is the fundamental energy that drives creation, and it is the energy of creativity. Even in your more surface, third-dimensional experience, the people who exhibit the most creativity are those who are totally absorbed, totally in the flow of what they are doing. They are those who are absolutely committed to the process that they are involved in. They give themselves over completely to that process, and that is how they exhibit their creativity. This is what Source did when Source created the universe. Of course, there was nothing else for Source to do other than to be Source. So in that first inkling to do something different, the universe was created. And everything in the universe is a fractal of that initial beginning. So everything in the universe reflects that power of creativity. And everything in the universe wants to experience and to know and to show that creativity, because that is a fundamental way that the manifest universe knows it is God. And that is one of the goals of life, is to return to that knowledge, to return to the knowing, not just the intellectual knowing, but the deep knowing that one is God and one is creating everything in existence. Everything that one experiences comes from that fundamental creativity. So why don't people use that creativity on a more regular basis? This is a basic challenge for the third dimension. In the third dimension, you come into this life through a human birth. You forget everything about your previous existence, about your greater soul existence, and you learn as much as possible to survive in this life. It is the training ground. Those early years are the training ground for your ego to protect you under the assumptions, under the rules, under the laws of the third dimension. So this whole process of coming into the third dimension in this way is driven by love. It is driven by the creative love of Source to experience the third dimension in the deepest and richest way possible. And this is the technique. This is how that is done. This is why that is done. So the energy of creative love is behind that process, but it is not a focus of that ego training in the third dimension. Instead, creativity and love is something for the ego to learn. Some egos will learn it from the very beginning, others will learn it later in life, but they all come to some way of experiencing their original energy of love. So this is something that you and others can do, is to think about how you experience your passions, how you can best experience those things that drive your passions in life. Because those passions, when approached with integrity, that is, without harming another, but approached with the goal of expanding life, of experiencing a life that is more fulfilling for yourself and for everything that you encounter. When you do that, that is the basis of that love energy. That is where your ultimate level of creativity can be expressed. So you can do this for yourself, but also see how this is being done by others. Remember that everyone is operating, is functioning, is behaving at the highest capacity that they can at that point in time. You don't know what is going on in their minds, what is going on in their life, what their soul has presented to them as challenges, as learning opportunities in their particular life. So all you can assume is that they are doing the best they can. How then do you see that creativity being expressed in what they do? Because everyone is being creative at every moment. It doesn't always seem like that because you have your perspective and they have their perspective. And it is very challenging to actually fully understand the perspective of another. You can come close, but you can never get it 100% because each person, each entity, each being, each thing in manifest reality is unique unto itself. Now, one other aspect that we want to raise related to creativity is the universe. The universe, as we said at the beginning, is infinitely creative. It is filled, it is driven by the love energy of Source. And that love energy of Source is the most powerful creative tool in existence. So because of that, creativity is the most important indicator of an expanding infinite universe. The universe that you know, the universe that everything is a part of, the multiple universes that everything is a part of, is in a constant creative process. It is constantly becoming new. It will never be the same from one moment to the next. You will never return to a previous moment, at least in terms of how you understand a previous moment. It will always be something new and creatively new. That is the wonder of existence. That is the awe-inspiring wonder of everything that you experience. Everything is being created in a new way in every moment. So creativity is universal. It is everywhere. It is eternal. It is another way of describing Source. It is another way of describing describing the energy of love, but it is, in many ways, it's a fascinating, different way of describing the energy of love. Because this way of understanding the universe is to see the universe in action, to see the universe as it emerges from one thing to a new thing. Whereas love is more of a binding, a stable force in the universe, creativity is more of an active force in the universe. It is more blossoming. The universe is constantly blossoming with creativity. So think about that. Consider that, ponder that, because in doing so, you are being creative. And your entire universe is becoming more creative in that process. We love you. We love sharing these concepts, these ideas with you, expanding your thoughts, expanding our thoughts, expanding our universe with you. We love you. Namaste.